Alright, hopefully mic check, mic check. Hopefully I'm coming in. And welcome to the live stream. Alright. Turn the mic down a bit. Alright, if you're hearing the mic, I guess let me know if it's coming in okay. So yeah, welcome. This is gonna be actually a special episode tonight for our live stream because I just picked up a salvage printer. It is the Makerfarm 10-inch. Guy said that basically he didn't want it anymore. He was just looking to sell it. Didn't have a power supply. My ANET A8, as you can see in the thing, has got a caution under repair, so yeah, we'll see if we can get that one on tonight, and actually if it works, maybe that'll just be the ANET replacement, and then we can take the parts from the ANET and go ahead and maybe get the E10 up, and then my major plan is to finish printing all the extra pieces needed to do the Tronxy and get it back up. Got a new table that I'm putting it on. So it's in the back there on the little lac table. I've got 2 power supplies. I got a new cover that I just printed for it. Got the ANET power supply that I got to put back over. The ANET printer is off right here beside me. So yeah. But the Makerfarm, the new one we're going to try to play with tonight, is right down there. I don't know what camera I'm going to use right offhand. Probably just set it right here in front of me and move this webcam down to kind of look at it. So yeah, that's hopefully going to be the plan there. Why is the chat showing offline? Sometimes these computers drive me more nuts than they should. Been working with this thing, trying to get this new layout going here, make it feel a little better, and of course, it doesn't want to work with me very well. Alright, let's go ahead and create a new scene. Oh, and if there's any recommendations on stuff to put on the console to print, go ahead and suggest, and maybe we can get some stuff going. Bear with me, I'm gonna create a new scene so I can kind of show the better yeah, I know the chat is all messed up. I gotta get that fixed too here in just a minute. Let's see, we'll do desktop scene. Oh, and if anybody is wondering, I'm using Streamlabs as my full get up here. It's just like OBS, but it's like a streamlined version that's more made for gamers. But it was so much less intensive on the computer, so much easier to set up. I mean, I set this whole thing up probably to get the core of it, probably like 10 minutes. Whereas like OBS Studio, it took me, kid you not, probably about 2 weeks, and I couldn't get it to go live. There was so much lag and delay, and this is just like smooth. I believe, no, the very first video I did was Facebook Live, and I did that through half computer. But yeah, so anyway, this one is a lot better. Alright, let me get this. Doing too many things at once. nuts. Alright, I need exact. Where is. Okay, there's the base layout. Okay. Nope, I didn't want to go to that right now. I don't need the. I need that one. There we go. Okay. Display capture. Jeez. There we go. Why has it gotta be? Okay. I want that there, but lock. Okay. Need to make that smaller. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright. Okay, there we go. I don't know why the chat finally decided to say that it was going to be live. Alright, well that's good at least. I guess make sure that, let me know if that song in the background is either too annoying or too loud. It shouldn't be, but you know how things go. Alright, got that in the mix. Let me move this up. Okay. And then I need to do one more layout. Okay, so we'll do max. Main cam. Okay. I need on here. See. Base. Okay, lock it. We're gonna add. We need video capture. A bit loud. You have to have the volume up a bit for your voice so the music is a bit louder. Oh, I got Facebook chat going. Oh, okay. Yes, dear. What's a little too loud? Oh, the background music? Okay. Base layout, background music. Alright, try that. See if that works. I know you told me. Alright, so if anybody is wondering, that should hopefully be a very familiar music, though I guess only really the true computer techies would know what it is, but it's slowed down a bit, so yeah, it sounds a little bit different, but if you can guess it, you will be the winner tonight. What you win, we'll discuss later. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, main cam. Okay, almost done, and then we'll get started on this thing. Okay, why? Are you not wanting to do two of them? Okay, that's weird. Video capture, add. Oh, add existing. There we go. Okay. Put that there. Drop that behind. Shrink it down just a little bit. And haha, you get to see me all full screen now. There we go. Alright, so we'll get this printer up here on my desk here in just a second. Let me see if I can edit this chat box to do what it's supposed to. Hi Mason, I see you in the chat. Chat box, there we go. Okay, so I don't need 900, I need unlock. I don't need to be 900. Okay, we need like 400. That should be better there. Okay. We want main cam, take it out. Alright, night kiddos. Alright. Again, welcome. Now you got me on full screen and the little window. I know it's a little weird, but due to the layout that I have across here, it keeps everything kind of organized, and then we'll get this part going for the printer. All right. So, ladies and gents, I give you the Makerfarm 10-inch Prusa version. Man, as you can see, well, there you go, 10-inch Prusa. I know the camera is not that great. I do apologize. But looks like it already has a Wade's extruder setup going, which is the let me see if I can just get this. I'm just checking out the back here. Okay, turn that. Okay, we will take you. Alright, so get that steady. Looks like it's got this large printed Wade's extruder. So yeah, looks good. already got kind of the hot end there. He's got a bunch of stuff we got to figure out. Got some really small, I've never seen lead screws this thin. They look like maybe 5 millimeter. Hey, what's going on? And let's see, go here to the spaghetti mess of wires here. So he's got that board. It's got the smart rep rat discount screen. Like I said, it's got pretty decent. I've never seen it with sorry if it's so shaky, extrusion rails. I do like the style V-slot rollers here. And then of course you got the bottom extrusions, but pretty decent laser cut wood. I don't know what he had this wire going to, that wire going to. Looks like he's got a power relay coil here. I don't know what that goes to. So on here, I guess, got a little nice ramps Roomba. So this is my first time seeing one of these printers. It's supposed to be like a almost $600 version. Got it for about $100 because he said it didn't have the power supply. He changed it out to some bigger one, some scientific version, and yeah. So I'll take advice on whatever you guys think would be the right. Let me turn this fan down. Jeez. There we go. So we'll do some investigating and see what connects to what. Looks kind of like this is set up for a 3mm. I guess if anybody knows. Wire spaghetti. Gotta love it. Alright, well, at least there's the... Wow. There's some intense wires here. Alright, well, we had these pigtailed back onto itself. I don't know what those go to. Oh, okay, so... There's your... end stops, thermistor. What's up? We did lullabies last night, so it should be ocean waves, but I guess if they all complain, just put the... Usually I just try to barter with them and say I'll put it on one for a little bit and everybody else falls asleep, and then I'll come back in a few minutes and change it, so... What? When we're done? Oh, okay. Well, they'll be asleep by then, so... Gotta love it when the kids are trying to go to bed and all they want is to keep chit-chatting. Okay. So... Man, where to begin? Man, there's so many wires here that... I've never dealt with this type of layout of a board. I don't even know truly what board it is yet. Well, that electrical tape's not holding. Okay. He said he printed ABS with this, and that actually this Wade's extruder was printed by this machine. So I can definitely see layer lines, but that could have been just his slicer settings. I mean, I don't know. Alright, so there's the Smart Rep Wrap little extension that goes on the board. This looks like... Alright, good. I can disconnect that power. Alright, so he's got speaker wire that goes to this relay. 12 volt relay. Okay, that's good. At least it's still a 12 volt. This wire set. Okay, so that. Oh, okay. So he put almost like a solid state relay, or at least a relay, to separate the bed heat. So essentially, he made his own base model. What's the word I'm looking for? I know y'all are gonna make fun of me in just a minute when I finally realize it. MOSFET. There we go. Okay. Alright, so speaker wire to this makeshift MOSFET. I don't know if that's even hooked up right. He's got... Okay. So, it's hard to kind of put it on screen, but the two screw down terminals. So out of the positive negative leads that he's got the negative lead on this screw down terminal, the far one, and then the positive lead on this other one, and then the bed is split between the two, one each. I've never seen one like that, but it says in versus out on J1. It's the most unique thing, but I guess I just need to order a proper MOSFET for it and then it'll be good to go. So I guess let me get the screwdriver here. Take some of these wires out. Because it just so happens I already have a MOSFET that was gonna be using on one of the other printers, so I find it always good that these things balance out the way they do sometimes. They're handy to have around for the printer. Oh, I guess I'm neglecting some of these Facebook chats. Hold on just a second. Zip tie holders. Let's see what those look like. Spares are always good. Oh yeah. I actually just caught a deal on eBay, I think it was, or it was Amazon, one of them. They were having for A-net, because obviously the A-net's down because the Y rods are bowed. So I was going to at least hit the thumbs up, but also hit the thumbs up button. Did I miss something? Stop by and say, looks like you're having casting fun. Oh, yeah. What thumbs up button are you talking about, Rover? Is that for everybody else or for me? Sorry. Oh yeah, those zip ties aren't too bad. They're let's see. Scott and another vase collection. Oh, you're gonna get me in trouble. Because then she's gonna see this and then demand that I print more stuff. Ooh, I like those. You print them 50 at a time? Oh, the zip tie holders. Yeah. Hit the like button for video. Appreciate it, Rover. Which video? Mine? Yeah, Scott, I like those vases. I'm gonna have to put a couple more of those in the mix. Nice. Like it, collect it. Household. Download that bad boy. Oh yeah. Okay. Get back to. Of course. That screwdriver's too big too. Is that my other one? Oh, I didn't mention. In his kit that he gave me, I also got. If I can get that in frame, yeah. So, all right. So this is a standard caliper set. So let's see. If I can get that in frame, so it's that long. So he gave me one of these, and it's still got quite a bit on it. And then I also got a small roll. Still, I mean, that's got quite a lot on it. And then he gave me like the little mini Kapton tapes. So I got that. And then in his bag o' goodies, I guess it's like a custom spool holder that he attached to a block. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, he got it. It's set up for 3mm. Okay, so he gave me some blue ABS, which I don't really work with ABS. I never have, mainly just because I got the kiddos here and I don't want my office smelling too much. But we may have to check that out. And he said this grayish color was also oh man. Ooh, I'm gonna have to re-spool. I think I may have to print out Retrap's master spool and get this thing redone the right way. And then it's a good name for it. If I can get it to focus. It's called Imagine That 3D. 3mm PLA. So at least I have some PLA so that I can test this thing tonight. Oh, what did I get? Oh, looks like some wrenches. Looks like a version 1 of this whole Wade setup. He's got another gear. Oh, that's always nice and handy to have. So I got a little screw box with it as well. And then looks like 2 more of the main gears that go on the motor for the Wade setup. And then just a friendly old Walmart bag. Alright. Sorry. I get sidetracked by little goodies. Alright, let's make some room here. Get back to tinkering. And switch over, looks like mine, which is either 250 or 220mm wide. Yeah, to be completely honest, I have no idea on the stats of this. When I saw it, I didn't think he was actually like for real serious about selling it, because he said 150, but I couldn't tell like any of the other parts of it. I just saw that it had the Wade's extruder, that it was a fairly decent setup, and that it was a 10-inch, like he said on the main thing. And I was like, well, if it doesn't even have a power supply, I can't verify that it works. So I wouldn't even spend but this much, because at first he was like, well, for an extra $60, I'll throw in the power supply. And I was like, there's, to me, no power supply that would be worth the $60 right now at the level printing that I'm at. I know the Meanwells are supposed to be really good, but I mean, these little cheap Chinesium ones seem to work just fine, so I didn't really see a point in investing that much more right up front. So I was like, no, I'll have to pass. And then he goes, oh well, never mind, I can sell it to you for the for the $100. And I was like, all right, well then at least I'll have a bunch of spare parts. So all right, we'll get, I don't know what this power wire even goes to. It doesn't even have anything connected. It's open on this end, and then the other whole end of the wire is also, I mean, it's not connected to anything, so might as well bring it back to simple basics, right? Cable wrapping. Strip it down a couple and start over. Yep, that's pretty much where I think I'm at there, Scott. You are absolutely right. And I kind of figured, even though this is an expensive printer, if he was willing to sell it that low, then chances are there was probably something more wrong with it. And if that's the case, I mean, it's not completely a bad piece, because then I have set up pieces for 3mm, which my son's 3D print pen that I got him ended up being a 3mm, and I had to buy a whole spool for that, and we barely even use it. But if this prints in 3mm just fine, then now I know how to use up that rest of that spool as well. So won't be a complete loss, but if nothing else, I mean, if the motors are still good, I got spares. These extrusion pieces I may find a use for. The V-slot rollers, I mean, I can put those on the E10. Of course, E10 needs some other work as well, but so there's the fan. There's that. Okay. There's the motor wires. Okay. Alright. That goes into there. This. Here. Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely worth the parts. I think I remember seeing just the motor set alone, it ranges anywhere from 45 to 60 bucks. Then I got the 10-inch heat bed, The aluminum extrusion pieces, the limit switches, not so much the fan, but I mean, fan's not like a waste or anything. I can always use that as 12-volt fan. The Wade whole setup, I mean, I've been seeing those kits for a while, and those go almost $60-70 by themselves too, so. Yeah, that thing's probably been skipping steps like crazy. Wade gear's not even lining up very well. Probably why he's moving on. Let's go see here too. Yeah, you definitely gonna have to send me some pics whenever you got some time, Scott. Alright, what does that go to? Oh, that's the other Z. Okay. Oh, nice. The board can handle a dual extruder. That's pretty nice. End stops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got a slot for 6 different end stops. Yeah, it has the 3 thermistor locations, so this could do a dual extruder. It's got one more stepper driver availability for the second extruder. Can't tell what chip these are. They're white. I'll zoom in here in a minute. Decent size MOSFET's already on the board, but got a D8, D9, and a D10. Looks like one was D10 is set up for the extruder, and D8 was for the bed. I'm guessing this is an older ramps board. Or something. It's got like another whole board behind it. I don't know. I'll zoom in here in a minute. So much going on with this thing. Okay. There's Z2. Z1, Z2. Okay. There's Y, X. There's that. This goes to the board. Okay, where's the screwdriver? So this is the relay module that was connected to the bed. Definitely basic 12-volt relay. Might be able to use that in something else. Alright. What did this go to? Thermistor, but why is it wrapped? Oh, man. Okay, there we go. Alright, so what do these wires go to? Oh, that's to the fan. Okay. That's weird that the extruder fan's not like directly just plugged in. I guess that would be D9 technically. I guess if anybody knows. Let me grab the camera for a board shot. Let's see if you guys can help me figure this one out. Pull back. Sorry. So there's the smart discount controller adapter. There's the stepper drivers. There's another one buried right under there. But yeah, it's got so D10 for the extruder. I got a D9 and then a D8. I'm guessing the D8 was where the bed was plugged in. So I'm wondering if the D9, if that's supposed to be like the extruder fan, or if that's just like open available. And then I don't know how well it's gonna get it, but it's sandwiched on top of another board here. And that's where the USB, and then there's another power connector under there. I'm guessing that's the old Arduino Mega? Guess if anybody knows, just let me know. I'm still... Depends on board type. Yeah, frankly, I don't know enough about the different board types. I don't see any markings that say like what kind of a board this is. But he says it's part of the it's the Makerfarm 10-inch Prusa i3V. And like I said, I just picked it up, so I mean, I don't know. I don't know all the parts to it yet. Man, those belts are super loose. It's got eccentric nuts. I guess that's good. Oh wow, the limit switches at the front? That's interesting. Ugh. Whatever he printed on last, oh, it's that blue, so it looks like that might be ABS all over this. Well, that is just not gonna do it. Into the original Roomba. Well, it did say on that side it was burned in saying Roomba, but it's not on the, it's all in the holes, so I'm guessing, I mean it says number 1 is ramps and it's using all the number 1 holes. It's not using the number 2. Of course, then again, I don't know what holes are for number 3, so I don't know if that means that it's a combo of a ramps Rambo. I don't know. Let's get this sheet of glass off. Ugh. Well, that would cause leveling issues. I just took the glass off so I could try to get this Kapton layer, and he folded it like this far under this edge. Like, that would make sense if you ever had leveling issues on that side.
tape is probably not going to come off very easy. I have a feeling it's just going to rip and tear, but not actually come off.
Oh, I get you, Rover. Okay, sorry. I just now read the thing. Okay, so D8 would be bed. D10 looks like it's all ready for the primary extruder. So D9 in the middle should be, you're saying, like a second hot end or a laser. Okay. That would make sense. Thank you for the link there, Scott. I'll check it out here in just a second. Let me get this tape off. I think that might have been the same link that I looked at like right before I finalized the deal with him, saying, yeah, no, I don't think I'd pay the extra money just for the power supply that I can already have, my ANET power supply. So I don't need a $60 one. And then like halfway over there, I think I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, he's selling a $600 printer for next to nothing. Custom cut glass. Just clean up all the glass. All these old pieces off. Got plenty of tape, so why not use it? For the 8-inch version of the same printer. Oh, okay. So for those watching, has anyone figured out the music in the background? Tonight's pop quiz. Ramps 1.4? Huh. Okay. Well, I
hope everything starts up with it just fine, because if so, that would be pretty awesome. Alright, let's get a new thing of tape on. Oh, man. No, I didn't even end. I didn't even get the base of that on there. That's not gonna hold. How do people make this thing look so easy to install, and now I'm just like struggling tonight? Okay. What? I think I might try the other way that I know. There we go. Dangerous dad on a mission here. Nothing beats good old ingenuity. So if you wet the underside, it's just like doing window cleaning. You can usually get this stuff to iron out on a wet surface pretty easy. Just push out the last few bubbles out and it should be good to go. So then we can about firing this thing up.
Alright, let's trim off the excess.
I guess, would this be more just Kapton tape, or would it be considered PEI? Because this looks identical to the stuff I bought at Fry's a while back, but they market it as PEI. It worked great. I mean, I had stuff stick to it on my PLA with no issues whatsoever, and then it would have that mirror surface and it'd pop right off. So this is Kapton tape. Okay. Well, so I guess it's just the big retail. I'm gonna change the names just to try to get other people to buy stuff. That's what it kind of sounds like to me. Okay, push out. I hate when you get those random air bubbles. Just do not want to come out. Or water bubbles, I guess, in this sense. There we go. Trim the last side, and then we'll do power. Ah. It's got a rough edge on this side of the glass, so not easy to slide a razor blade on. All right. And there you go, my friends. It's almost invisible. There we go. Got a few little warps, but you know, some of these will dry out when the printer heat is on. Man, this board is, or the heater bed is like dirty as hell. You can see all the extra little pieces on it. You guys can't see it, but anyway, there's some sticky residue, possibly some ABS slurry. It's a super flexible heat plate though. Man, I'm like barely touching it and it's bowing. Alright, enough playtime. Let's just set back on here. There's the binder clip. It gives you a binder clip with no pieces on it to stretch it open. Man. Okay. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Hold on a sec. Ugh. I'll borrow it off of the trunk, see, since right now it's offline. So I'm wiring up the table. We'll use those binder clips. Put them in the same spots that he had. It's got a little bit of aluminum foil under the heat bed. Oh, because it is a wood carriage. Okay, well, that makes sense. Let's get this opened up. Get some wire strippers. Okay, that's done. Alright. Get that wired back in. Sorry about the wind noise there. There's a fan. Just a fan. True. But this is just the initial test. I mean, I'm hoping that this thing even works. So I guess if it doesn't, then I've got other things that I can change about it. If it does work, well, then we'll figure something out. Alright, let's try. So I just needed to hold on. Get that. Yeah, it's a whole like mess of little miniature, was that nylock nuts? It's got the little nylon piece in it so they don't undo. Let's get one to fasten right here to keep this MOSFET in place. I'm gonna have to change out the bed wires anyway because this thing is so short. How short is it? It barely reaches. Okay, which one's the hotbed? For the fan wind noise there. Okay. You know, I probably should have just used that one. Had one kind of half partially wired up, but it's for the Trunksy, so it can wait. Alright, which one is this? This is the 12 volt. Okay, so this is the 12 volt. Printed this really nice PSU cover earlier. Nice, thick. It's got plenty of room for the IEC switch to go on, and then slides completely over so you can protect the voltage, protect fingers, all that wonderful jazz all in one. mainly for the Tronxy table, but looks like it'll be for this one for now. Appreciate that, Rover. I guess if you can send me a link to your under 1,000, I'll take a look at some of those other guys and sub them too, so that we all benefit, right? Alright, live, neutral. That switch is right now. All you gotta do is add the screws. I mean, look how clean that looks. They line up on the side. It protects all the way, and then you can get your output wires to come out right here. It's got a couple different design. I'll link it in later here, but yeah, I'm really liking this design. This is really nice. Okay, where is a power cable? Said the man with the printer. That fell the other day. Yep. Haha. Got a power cable. Alright, first we will make sure I hook this up right. Okay. Okay, so I need that will be the secondary. So I need to make room on my desk is what I need. This thing was making it sound like I missed somebody's comment there. Alright, where do I double. Because he had it as the thick and the thin wires here. Ooh, and those were horrible screw-ins. Alright, so I guess quick question. For these ramps boards, do they need both power connectors? I.e., like it's got this plug that goes into the ramps board. Do I need both sets plugged in with the 12 volt power to power the board correctly? Thinking the answer is yes, since my Anycubic is set up that type of way where it's got a 5 volt rail and like a 12 volt rail, but you plug both supply, two supply lines from the power supply in, and then it does its thing. You can do just the right side? Okay. Try that. I guess if it burns down, it's your fault, Rover. Then before I get too far, I don't know what to read off of these motors to see, I guess. Alright, see if I can read this off. So it says stepping motor type 42B HH 48-151K-24B. Does that mean this is a 24 volt setup? It can handle 12 and 24 volt. Okay. Wow, 48 volts, jeez. What kind of system would that be on? I mean, I know NEMA 17 is just a class of motor, but I mean, be a little interesting. Love wire wraps, but sometimes they're annoying as hell. Alright. There's the extra wire. Oh, okay. NEMA 23.
Yeah, Scott, this was the Tronxy power supply, so it is the 12 volt 30 amp.
Cap is back on here in like 10 more seconds. If that. Okay, let's put the one lock screw just to make sure it slides open. And of course that screw's not big enough or long enough. Good enough for government work. Alright. Let's keyboard out of the way. Put this right there. We will get that going a little higher. Alright. Alright, so the outside edge of the board's got a screw through it, so I can't see what it says right above the positive, but on the other slot, so the inside of the big connector, it says 11 amp. So, what do you think? Is that the inside, outside, or just split two connectors? Or two sets of wires, I mean. Just for safety's sake, I'll show you one more time. Alright, so see if I can. Oop, sorry for that. Can I get it to focus? It's hard to hold it all. Alright, so the inside slot here, this one, says 11 amp, and then this one, as you can see, it's got the screw right above it, so I can't really tell what it says right there. Try to get that in focus a little better. Okay. Alright. Alright, ladies and gents, let's get this thing plugged in. And here we go. We're gonna fire it up. Pull the screw. Oh yeah, that would be easy. Alright, well let's at least just try this. There goes nothing. Oh, come on, focus. Stupid webcam. So it's like just the right glare. Oh, I can't see nothing on there. Well, alright, well, I mean, at least 29 over 0, 29 over 0, X, Y, Z, 0, card removed. Alright, well, at least it's responding. That's good. Alright, well, let's, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to turn the screen so I can read it. Alright, so let's, move you, my captive audience. Get you set up here-ish. Come on. Is that gonna hold? Okay. Alright, let's see if we can get something going here. We're gonna control motion. Okay, all the menus look good for that. Okay, so main prep. Let's just move an axis one at a time. Okay, so we'll move X. Probably out of home. Huh. Because these things don't like to do. Alright, let's try it. Bed moved. Did it home on the X? End stops hit X. Does that mean X is not working right? Come on. Man, this touch, or this dial is not that great. Just notice he put a little bit of Kapton tape over the little smart rep wrap little speaker. It's funny. Okay, we'll try auto home again now that the Okay, but the bed didn't move. And stops hit X. Oh man, that's gonna be weird. So the origin is like in the back. Why wouldn't you just put the end stop in the back? Okay. It'll take a minute to get like used to. So what happens if I... Okay, so... Alright, so the end stop does work. Okay, good. Alright, well then let's preheat PLA. Wow, 180 and 70? That's a little interesting. Okay. This is where my hand is on the video. That's the actual, like, the frame and the back. So the rest of that is all the way out to the front edge, and so this is home. It's going to the, as you look at it, the back right corner apparently is home position.
But that's a little weird that you would put the motor, but the end stop little kicker underneath on the extrusion frame. It's like the end stop is almost like, I don't know if you can see, like where my finger is. It's like right there on the very inside, and there's a screw that comes down through the wood plate, and that's where it's hitting that's the end stop. It's just really, really strange. It's a dirty printer though. Oh my gosh, there are so many dust bunnies. Okay, well, it says the extruder's up to 180. Alright, so what temps are ABS? Because frankly, I never print ABS, and I could see he said the blue was ABS, and he's still got a little bit of blue sticking out right here. .235 to 245. Okay. So I should probably actually tell this prep preheat to ABS. Okay, well on here it says 225 and 100. Okay, the bed's not heating up at all. Would that be the second connector on the board? Is that why the bed's not heating up?
everything off before I start touching any voltage wires here. Last thing I need tonight.
Alright, so red stripe. Red stripe is on. Okay. So the black is on. Red stripe is on negative, and that's on negative.
Okay. That's plugged in that way.
Out one of the...
No? Okay, so
This goes to the thermistor.
oh man. Strip some more wire and throw that in there.
Alright, where to put that board connector now? Oh, there it is. Alright. So it's going positive, negative.
I could just do a relay jump between the two parts of the plug that go into the board, but I've got the extra wire. I might as well just connect it up the more proper way. Kinda glad you guys can't see me struggling with this wiring. Okay. Drop that wire into the positive rail. Where'd my black wire go? Tried to back up. Alright, that's wired up. Let's get the switch cover back on. And we'll try this again. Alright, that's connected. I'll connect this into the board. Yeah, don't mind me. Just if we can get this thing going, I'm gonna document all wiring and then reconnect everything to more of a proper style. Everything looks good, it's got the right dimensions, all that jazz. Alright, that's connected in. Alright, let's reapply power and see what we get. Alright, power in and flipper on. Ooh, got a green light that I didn't see before. Wonder if that's good. I don't think this Makerfarm bed is polarized, do you? I think that maybe that's why the heat bed connector is not doing the blue light like it normally would. Or do we think something else might be wrong? Alright, well, we got the normal menu. Let's try prep, preheat, ABS. Ah, blue light for the bed. So I guess I need that second connector, the 11 amp. That's what helps close the relay circuit for the bed. Alright. Yeah, I know, Scott, but I mean, the blue light wasn't lit up earlier, so that's why I knew the bed wasn't doing anything. Yep, it's already going 40, 41, 42, 43. Wow, that thing heats up fast. Probably ought to turn off this side fan here. Get my drinky drink. That would be interesting to find out there, Scott. Pretty nice if it was only a jumper and then I don't need a second set of wires. But then again, if it takes a second set of wires, I'm not that worried. I got plenty of wire. I might do another 24 volt, but first I want to finish the Tronxy. I don't want to lose that one. Or not lose it. I don't want to delay any longer on it. It's taken me way too long to get my mind prepped to have it look a certain way, act a certain way. Alright, so that would work for those. Yeah, I guess that was his spool holder that he made for this thing. Kind of a weird contraption. Okay, wow, 98 degrees already. 99. But he did not give me a SD card. Ooh, yeah, you can feel the heat even from this high. Never had or never ran a ABS, so all new experience for me. And that wiggles a little too much. Something might be loose. Okay. Guess the next best thing would be let's get out to the computer. Do a different one maybe later. Okay. Alright, let's see, what driver did it say that it didn't know how to install? Come on, Windows. You're so much fun. Wrong window. Can you believe that? Windows showed me the wrong window. X3 was like the factory. I hope ABS doesn't smell too much.
just to be able to expand my material capabilities. Plus, I mean, I'm really debating on leaving this at 3mm or converting it to a 1.75. But that would probably mean this Wade's extruder might need some adjustments too. I don't need disk manager, I need device manager. Alright, so it says it's a Roomba 18 Mega 2560. Alright, so let's go to Makerfarm and see if they've got a driver that we can get. Because I don't think I have one of those drivers. Alright, so that was the... There's the 10-inch. Okay, one a dual extruder. Huh. Okay, get the 10-inch here. Okay, features. So it says it's a Ramps 1.4. Could be a 0.35, a 0.4, or a 0.5 for the 3mm filament. Alright. I don't know what kind, so let's see. We'll need basic tools. Okay, power supply. So he either burned out or stole the Meanwell 12 volt 350 watt power supply that came with it. And the hairspray. Right? Oh no, this is just what they suggest. Sorry, I read that wrong. Yeah, I'm thinking I might just change it to 1.75. Still like the Wade's extruder though. I may have to reprint all that or make it compatible for 1.75 and see what else I need to change this. Okay, so why the hell driver do I use? So might have it after all. There was a second. Very true. He did have that second hole. 2 more gears in gray, or 2 more small gears in gray. Yeah, he did have a couple extra pieces. You're right. I may have to check that out and see. I mean, the hole on here looks pretty big for a 1.75. But then again, it's just parts at this point, so I don't know. Never had a Wade, so maybe it'll work kind of regardless. Driver. Search automatically. Okay, so Mega 2560 driver. Roomba rep wrap.
Roomba USB driver for Windows 7, 8, XP. Yeah, baby. Okay. Okay, why didn't okay. Helps if you hit the download link. It's been one of them days. Come on, show me in the folder. There you go. Okay, Roomba driver set. Expand. Roomba driver. Roomba driver. Yep. Yep. Install. Install. Is it gonna do it? Seriously? Come on, finish. Okay, there we go. Exit. Oop, oop, oop. Where's that pop up? There we go. Program installed. Scan for hardware changes. Why aren't you installing the driver already? Yeah, I know nothing has been loaded. Did you find it? There you go, you found it. Good job. Okay. So, we will go. Bam. And don't worry, Scott. I took care of the whole license thing. Oh, there goes my drink. And my keyboard. Two different directions. Stupid keyboard. Alright, so. Hi, honey. Sorry for the loud bang there. Yeah, so apparently the only Makerfarm, I don't know if y'all see this, is a Pegasus 12. They don't even have any other Makerfarm entry. I mean, they got all these other printers. Printer bot, Raise. That's the new version. Yeah, but I mean, you'd think that they'd either include the big money printer like this, or, you know, let's try it and see if that, get rid of that thing. Alright, so what does it say here? Defaults to 0.4, okay. Okay. Look
on the listing, it says buy the new updated version, low cost to print. Huh? Click on the listing. Where did I put? Well, this is, I mean, this is the actual, where were you saying you saw it? Oh yeah. No, it's not that the Pegasus. I'm just saying that you'd think that they've been out for a while, so you'd think that they would have a basic profile other than the Pegasus 12. Like, you'd think that they would actually have something else. Alright, we'll try 225 and see if that works. Okay, no fan. Huh. Yeah, this thing doesn't have a part cooling fan. I mean, I know ABS doesn't need it, but still. Yeah, I know. That's the thing that kills me is none of the Tronxies are on there. Okay, so I don't know if these are the right dimensions. Let's see. So 9.5 by 10 by 10. Why? Why can't you give me the correct millimeters? No, I haven't printed yet, honey, but everything so far looks good. I mean, it's cooling down right now, but I think we might be good to go. Alright, so let's do a quick conversion. Inch to millimeter. So 9.5, so 241. I gotta just know. I'll try all these other basic, because I don't know anything about this printer. Alright, we'll work with that. Okay. Let's get a basic calibration cube. The one that I like doing. There's my drive, 3D printer, calibration. Top 0, 0, 1. Nope, we don't want that. We want that at 0.4, right? That's the size nozzle. I'm not seeing anything written on it from this angle. I guess if it starts going really horrible, then we'll know. Alright, prepare to print. Oop. 0 infill. Forget a couple of these settings. There we go. Just for
Shutter speed. Minimize some of these windows here. Alright, so prepare to print. Yeah, well, I mean, I've only got this little tiny bit. I mean, I want to see if it actually like goes, because it looks like this gear, the small one, is not really seated well on the main gear. Plus, this thing moves a lot. So, yeah, no benchie right now. Make sure to set filament diameter. Ah, good point. You know, I've gotten so complacent with this, I don't remember where that part is. Tool head, no, it's not over the tool head. Primary extruder. There we go. Caught my drink that time. Huh? No, but could you change that out to Mountain Dew? Well, actually, yeah, and a snack too, please. That'd be awesome. I love my wife. She keeps me happy and fed. Alright, I don't know what this filament density, does anybody know what the basic? Yeah, I know, the drink was like right over on the edge of the table, like way over here, and I just, yeah. Alright, so yeah, filament density. Anybody know what the default, or do you think it'll matter? I mean, I'm pretty sure it probably is gonna mess something up if I don't do it right. You never changed it? Okay, well, I guess the worst that could happen is I take apart the printer. Okay, 7 minutes. Begin printing over USB. Yeah, so I guess just in case anybody's wondering, when I print these cubes like this, it was actually from, oh, what's his name? Teaching Tech, to calibrate the extruder. So you basically do it one perimeter, do all of that, and then I'm actually working on an Excel spreadsheet to do all the math for you. It looks really rough at the moment. Let's see if I can pull it up. Where's my drive? 3D printer, calibrations, step calibrations. It's gonna take a minute to heat up here. Oh, 74 for the bed already. All right, so basically, I've got it where you can pull. Oh, thank you. Yep. All right, so drink going on the floor this time. So basically, we already did the current width we want is 0.4. So the multiplier is gonna be, we did 1 that's in there. So then you come over here and testing extruder. So on this, you would print out the cube, which I still got to get my links right here. So you measure each one and get the sides of the cube, what they are. It gives you your average, and then based off of that, because we want a 0.4, but say for instance we got 0.31, then the true new multiplier should be this 1.29 to give and then we test again and put it all into here. But the combination of the current multiplier the extruded length, or divided by the extruded length of the cube wall average, and then what we desired to get, which is basically the 0.4 we put in there, that will give us the true actual multiplier, so that when we tell it, I want a 0.4 line, it does a 0.4 line. And then there's other calculations as far as like making sure your steps for XYZ axis are correct. And there's a different calibration piece that I run so that all your numbers are correct instead of just trying to guess it what it is. That way, theoretically, with all of this correct, you will be able to run the printer speed at basically anything you want within the limits of the printer, or the frame of the printer, I should say, and it should automatically compensate your flow rates and everything so that you don't actually have to touch anything on the front of the dial. Like some people are waiting until they hit certain parts and then spinning up or down to adjust the flow rate to, 80%, 10%, whatever number. I never touch mine. Whatever I set it, once I do this, I could basically just set it, walk away after I make sure the first layer holds down like it's supposed to, because this AC sometimes gets some weird stuff. Oh, looks like we're getting a print started. Here, let me go to the main cam now. Oh, what's it doing? Oh, it's printing out. Getting a line going. Get these wires out of the way. Eek. I didn't get the pins out. Oh. Binder clip's getting snagged up. Yeah. I know. I screwed that up. Printer. Alright, so where's my... machine control panel. Where's the stop? Controls, I want Z to go. Wow, that is loud. Sorry about that, Rover. I just looked up and I saw that it's yelling at you for asking permission before sending a link. See, I still gotta tweak some of these settings with all of this. Streamlabs is trying, the chatbot is trying to help me out, but sometimes when you don't know enough about the system, it can sometimes be more of a hindrance. Alright, well, the initial priming line went pretty good. That's nice. And the ABS doesn't really smell at all. That's even better. Alright, let's borrowed car fault. Get that out of there. Wow, that sucked in a lot of plastic overall. Okay, where is my brass tip brush? Brass brush. There it is, brass brush. off real nice. It's amazing how this dollar store little brass brush is like cleaning everything. And yes, I am watching out for any wires. Just wanted to get that nozzle tip cleaned off, see if I can see if I'm using the right size. That's hot. If you're wondering why it's so short, I actually cut it because for my original A-net, I had it on the bed as a pre-print process to wipe the nozzle against this brass bristle brush that I got from the dollar store for $1. Do a quick clean like this right before it prints. Yeah, I need to tighten up that. Well, it's not the X carriage, it's the actual mount for the motor. Like, it's scary because we got like this much heat, and I know he said he's been running this for a while, but I mean, it's a wood framed carriage that it's on. Like, that's just scary to me. Okay, it almost looks like a E3D typed. That'd be a clone. Little E3D clone that's on here. Of course, I think I saw where they said they were using E3D. Alright, well. That looks a lot cleaner. Let's alcohol wipe the bed real quick and we will get it to print again now with the get it with that binder clip in the back now, so it's not gonna catch in that corner. Alright. Let's try this again. Print over USB. It should start it pretty quick. Get the wires out of the way here. Oh, that would. The speed of this thin lead screws are just unreal. And they wobble like crazy, oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see that. Well, I know paper burns at Fahrenheit 451 after having to read that book so many times. It's actually not too bad of a movie. So I know it takes probably more than that. But still, it's just a little scary. Plus, I'm gonna have to rebuild something because I don't know what I can and can't tighten yet. But so far so good. It looks like a pretty good $100 investment, guys. Paper brownies might cook faster than this thing homes. Jeez. Right. We'll move that to the ground. Good call, Scott. Alright, here we go. There's a priming line. Has it even got enough filament in it? Guess I should have checked that first, huh? It's the weirdest. This is starting to draw the line. It's turning the gear. I mean, it's building the cube, so. Yeah, I know that 1 millimeter. Well, I mean, the gear set is moving really slow from this huge wheel cog. I don't know if it's actually grabbing the filament yet. It kind of feels like it's starting to, but. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how he's got this thing mounted to make sure it actually. I think it's actually taking the new filament now. It's just really weird that the whole build or the print is going to be backwards. So I'm gonna have to look into if he even assembled the end stop correctly. And then since now I have the right connector, see it says, oh wow, Marlin 1.0.0. Okay. Is it pulling the filament in? I think we've hit that transition point of the old filament to the new filament right there. Ugh, lines look horrible. But that's why we start with this. That way I can gauge the filament width and the extrusion multiplier. Then we can print the other XYZ. Of course, then again on this, I'm gonna need to do just the standard E step, which is on that Excel spreadsheet. I just didn't do that yet, where you hit the computer connection, tell it you want it to extrude 100 millimeters, measure how far it actually pulled it, and then that way you know the proper step calculation. I should have done that, but you know, hey, I just wanted to make sure that this $100 investment actually works. And it looks like the motor is like, with these retracts, is practically coming off of the frame. I'm looking at it in the video and it looks like it's leaned forward way crazy. But at least the whole printer works. So now it's just time for upgrades and tweaks. Yeah, looking at the weight gear, man, it's like barely putting enough pressure between the two gears. It's skipping steps like crazy. Let's see if I can bring it around to what I see. Golly, it's hard to keep this thing in focus. It's not even staying in there completely. But when it works well, this the weight extruder is supposed to help with like flexibles and some other stuff. It's supposed to be really good. Well, it's good to know that this ABS doesn't stink up the whole damn house. Because I got 2 spools of it. Yeah. At least now I know that it works. And as my favorite G.I. Joes used to say, knowing is half the battle. So with this spaghetti string of wire everywhere, which drives my OCD nuts right now. And yeah, that whole motor just like dislodged. Alright, well, that was the end of it anyway. Good. No wonder he wanted to get rid of this thing. Well, now I know. That worked. Cool. I think it's leaning further and further. Yep. I would agree with you, Scott. I think it pretty much just broke off. I wonder if the heat just melted it. Wow. So, what it looks like to me is that the fan mount, I don't know if you can see it, it delaminated from the rest of it, and then the whole top of this brownish color looks like it was just sitting in the metal bracket hole right there. Like it was just sitting on top. Like I don't see anything that bolts it down. And you're right, Scott. I think that might have been Might have been a PLA mount. Well. Well, that was fun. I like that. So he over-tightened the frame on the top here for the what you call it, the display unit. Like he's making the wood bow because of the style of the pins. All the wires were kind of crazified. No true MOSFET, kind of a makeshift relay MOSFET, which is weird. But hey, you know, yeah, $100. I'm not complaining. I think it's funny because at least if I can get a replacement mount or figure out what I would need to print, I still have my like 30 centimeters, right? 10 meters? No, 30 meters. Because I got 3 of the $1 Wish printer that turned out to be 10 meters of ABS filament. I've got 3 of those sample packs. Plus I've got 3 spools of PETG, all in 1.75, so I could whip up something on one of the other printers easy and reprint them out and get this thing going like it should. But yeah, for $100, that's not bad at all. I think that is a go. Alright, let's start the cleanup. Let's do wire snips. Break off that ABS. Duct tape, balling wire. Yeah, but I mean, personally, I know I've been doing it this a while, and I got a little frustrated with the whole Trunksy not being print ready, but it's almost there. I'm like, all I've got to do is catch up on mounting the board, the switches, the wiring, because I'm redoing it and my OCD keeps getting in the way of me doing it fast. So once I get that part done, it's ready to go. And I can turn on the fan, get the calibrations going, make sure I didn't screw anything up with it, and then it'll be ready to go. So maybe next Saturday night we'll have the Trunksy going. Hopefully this will be fixed and in its proper spot. Looks like it is going to take over the A-net spot, and then I guess I'll decommission the A-net, figure out what I'm going to do with it. May gut it for parts, may do more than just straight gutting it, who knows. I'll figure something out with that one. Turn this around so I can see what's going on. Ooh, seriously? Okay, that's new. Alright, well, something else I'm gonna have to fix on this. So apparently the little plastic coupler that they put the little mini lead screw, I just saw that it unscrewed itself, and the only thing holding it is this nut onto the bottom of this, because otherwise I can straight lift the whole axis up and out of the way. Alright, something else to try to fix. Well, they do call these kit printers for a reason, so well, the first few layer lines were not too awful bad. Oh, I see. One of the screws, either he tightened it down too much, or not exactly sure, but yeah, it ripped through the housing here. Oh, man. Yeah. So it's a little hard to see. Okay, so basically on the one on the printer, the the extruder motor will sit right here. So this bolt on that one, it looks like it ripped completely through. And then the other side, and that's the only other one holding it down, it looks like it's warped like crazy. Like there's no way that the nut would actually hold it. I think he might have printed this one and was going to change it out and didn't get to it before he either said I'm done or I don't know. Sorry if anybody recognizes that song. It's from Shrek. It's one of my favorite movies. Of course, it was my first breakout into what now I know to be cartoons not for kids. Even though I let my kids watch it because they're just as much a smart asses as I am, so guess I gotta give them something to laugh at too. More likely got worse as the extruder moved off the printer. Yeah, I would agree with you. I think that might be why he had spare parts, is he already knew it was getting bad and wanted to change it, but just never quite got around to it. I'm guessing. Because to me, it's coming apart like way too easy. So I'm barely even turning this thing, and it's just undoing. There's like no pressure on this nut. That's not good. There's a spring, part of a spring that's just sitting there. Okay. All right, that is off.
disassembled. Alright, there's the other major nut. Alright, so there's the bracket that holds, if I can get it around far enough. And here's the whole print head. So it literally just slid on like that, and then the two bolts squished down and held that Waze extruder piece on. Very poorly, I might add, but you know, hey, that's a really, really small block. I don't even know what style. What is it? What did it say before? So let's see. Prusa 10 IV3 uses open builds V-slot linear rail, provides smoother operation at higher print speeds. Want higher quality prints? Get the 10-inch Pegasus. Okay. What's the difference of a Pegasus? I'll look at that in a minute. Alright, compare that to 5 hours for the print pod, 8 hours for the deluxe. Ramps 1.4, 50 micron layer height, LCD interface with SD card, heat bed, G2 pulley, and belts. So it's probably, I'm not seeing still any markings on this nozzle. I don't see anything. I don't know how you tell if it's a 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 easily. I mean, there's literally no markings on here at all. And it said on there you could get any a 0.35 millimeter, 0.4 millimeter, and a 0.5 hot end nozzle for the 3 millimeter filament, but they only included 4 millimeter for 1.75. Oh yeah. Looks like an E3D direct drive clone setup. Guess I'm gonna have to do some research. I've never heard of that one before. But, I mean, oh. New subscriber, thank you very much. Where is it? Greetings. It wasn't supposed to go out as me.
But thank you for being a subscriber. Always looking to try to hang out and teach what I know. I kind of picked a weird time because, you know, the kids are going to bed right when I'm starting my stream. And I kind of want them to be a part of this because it's a Saturday night, but then they're a little rambunctious right now, so. Okay. Alright, so that'll go there. Man, this is a heavy motor. Oh, I see. He had all the mount points onto the motor are loose, so it's rocking. That's why it was getting so much separation on the gears. I don't know if I can get this in frame. Yeah, so like the bottom, this screw right here by my finger, I know I'm at the very top edge of the screen here. This one and this far one, these two are loose, so it literally like it rocks from the motor, which puts just enough distance in the gear when it starts doing its craziness. And it's rubbed kind of smooth spots from the wear already. You can kind of see where it's not. Like the main gear looks fine. This little gear looks smoothed over and some spots are real bad. Oh my gosh, no wonder it's jumping and skipping steps. No problem, Rover. Kids sometimes are a little bit much for me to handle. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're good, great kids, but sometimes, man, I just want to ring them. They get quite annoying. Alright, so it looks like it only has... Yeah, but Scott, yours are older. Mine are all 7, 5, and 4, so about to be 6. But, yeah, sometimes adults can be worse, you're right. Let's see if I can move that a little bit out of the way. Alright, so looks like the fan, or the extruder fan, it delaminated. It looks like it barely had enough plastic to begin with. But yeah, I mean, these layer lines aren't too bad, but right here at this transition point, because it looks like he only did the outer walls with no infill whatsoever, so it gave it like a weird structure point. And it started to melt. It's a little hard to see, but right by where, and that could have been just from this last bit. And to be honest, I don't know if this fan even works because I had it pointing the wrong direction. But man, look at this. So this bolt hole is like, it's hard to see at this angle, but I mean it's blistered out, or I guess down. It's had a lot of pressure and it's delaminating like in between the lines. I don't know what that just fell off of. Just had a random small nut just drop. Oh, that's from the top gear. Okay, I know where that's from. $18, $17, $14, and $10. Jeez. Looks like the rest of the main gear is good, but the sheer fact that The main housing is not that good because it's already delaminating in so many different spots. I mean, I guess technically this piece could have been PLA because he didn't show me what this material was that he got. But he did say he printed it himself, and he's been printing a lot of ABS. Did you see? Did you see? Did I already throw it away? Oh no, there it is. I know. But it prints. And the ABS doesn't actually like smell at all. So that definitely helps. Sorry. Making sure the wife knew that everything was good. Married once and too old to raise a family now. Eh. But you know, Rover, sometimes pets can be just as demanding as kids, and I am not against people saying that, you know, that their pets are just as much important to them in their family life, you know, to be treated basically like kids. I get that. I've got kids and a dog that drives me absolutely nuts. She actually bothers me more than the kid, so I can kind of get that too. Married twice, still married. Well, this is my second time too, and it's going a lot better than the first one did. 3D print new ones. Oh yeah. Well, Rover, I don't know if you saw it earlier, but I mean, he actually had in the bag another like main piece, though I am seeing a little bit of splitting here on this end. Not so much. That's the opposite end of what failed just a little while ago, but then he's got in the blue ABS, he's already got the gear, and then he's already got a new main gear that's actually a lot better quality than this one that's already on there. So I mean, I've got enough. Basically, I could remount everything right now. And you know what? Well, try to not go past 11, so I've only got like 7 more minutes. Because I don't want to get the wife unhappy by not spending time with her as well. So, you know, if I keep her happy, then she'll let me keep doing these streams. So. Dogs learn the craziest things. Mine has definitely gotten a lot more vocal too. I mean, we got her as a pup, but man, some days she really tries my patience. But she used to just like, when I wake up in the morning, she doesn't want to go outside for anyone. It doesn't matter who else is up. She will lay on me and stay in the bed until I get up. And then once she gets up, or she hears me get up, she is like dying to have me take her outside to go potty in the morning, which is fine. But now, if I don't get up on time, well, she will start talking. Does a nice loud whimper, everything else. Yep, very true. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and try my best to get this done quickly. If not, I guess I'll have to do more tomorrow. Where did that bolt go? I didn't hear it hit anything. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's the other one. Where'd the third one just go? But yeah, what I was saying was I'm gonna try my best to, oh, there it is, get this thing situated on the other spare mount, and looks like I won't have a extruder cooling fan. Well, at least one that works very well. It's not going to be directed anywhere. Have to fix that one. Might as well just get this thing dialed in and then reprint everything in the we'll do it gray with the gray ABS that he's got, because I've already got a blue or printer with all blue parts, so and I will keep you guys posted on that one. And then as I dissect apparently this Google channel, I think I saw that one, yeah. But if not, because there's a lot of people with dogs, I'll check it out. I might actually finish this before my countdown is over. That's pretty funny. Okay. Screwdriver. Can I do it? I got one more minute. Can I pull this off? Oh, didn't quite make it. Oh, well. I'll give it a few extra minutes, because I want to finish this real quick and show you guys that I finished.
out the last bolt so I can swap this over here. Right there, Dan. Come on. How long is this? There we go. Jeez. Okay, pull that apart. Gotta snap this thing out. That one look like that? Yeah. So why is this such a tight fit? Come on, go in. Alright, well, it looks like it's gonna be a mix of colors because that other spare part is apparently too big. So the bearing fits in this hole on this one is too tight, so I can't get that to go in like it's supposed to. So we'll get this screwed back in. Almost done, right there at the very end here, gentlemen, ladies, whoever's watching. Alright. Where's my needle nose? Get this little nylock nut. No. Come on. Don't do this to me. Alright, and there we go. Now all I gotta do is put the motor back on. But I think I might as well take advantage of it being off and go ahead and take out that grub screw. Oh, that's the wrong Allen key. There it is. Go ahead and swap out to that other gear. So we know this gear is all toasty too. Oh man, if I can get it off, jeez. It's like fused on there. That's bad. There we go. That has an M3 nut too. Jeez, how many extra little pieces does this thing have all over? Alright, where's the gear? Okay, fresh gear. Push that in. Wow, this gear is super tight. Ow. Come on. I mean, it almost doesn't even need the grub screw to hold on. Ugh. Holy moly. Ow. I might have to find a drill bit. Alright, well, that's gonna have to get changed first, but like I said, the rest of this is all together, so all I gotta do, and I mean that spins nicely, looks like it'll grab everything just right. So now I just gotta get the small cog onto the motor shaft. I gotta drill out the hole a little bit, and then I should be able to mount everything back together and do some more test prints. So I thank you guys for hanging out with me this long and being patient. Sorry it's been not so fun looking at the printer and not my glorious face. Get the webcam all fixed. There we go. Alright, so again, thank you for hanging out, and I guess we'll see you guys next Saturday, same time, same place. I'll send out the links, and by then this should be running. Or yeah, you can't really see my fingers, I guess. Yeah, so this Makerfarm should be running, and yeah, we'll get that going, and then hopefully even the Tronxy, since like I said, all I got to do is print out a few parts for the bottom of the table, then just wire it all up, because the OCD, you know, is going to get to me if I don't do it right. So yeah, thanks. I know it's going to say be right back, even though it's the end of it, but it'll let the credits roll for, you know, all the social media stuff and everything. But thanks for hanging out. See you guys next week.